Everybody, welcome back to Ox Talks. Appreciate you guys watching the show today. Thank you for liking these videos, hitting that thumbs up button for me, sharing these videos with everybody you possibly can. And also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate very much your subscription. Hit that subscribe button for me. We'll keep growing the community. I have two stories to share with you today. One that came out a few days ago regarding closure of some 400 locations of 7-Eleven across this country. And one I just saw today come out about Best Buy also shuttering a bunch of locations around the United States. And this is just further indication, and both of these stories will cite to weak consumers, inflation putting pressure on the consumer and the buying public in general, and how these stores they're too inflated. There are too many of them, and there's not enough foot traffic through these locations. So let me share these with you because, right now, I just checked. The stock market is going to make all-time highs again today. I see the Dow's up a couple hundred points, Nasdaq's up a couple hundred points, S&P's up. I see cryptocurrencies are having a very, very good day today. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP all are up pretty big. I think Bitcoin's up over $3,000. I saw Ethereum up over like 7%. So leave your comment below if you guys have any understanding of the mechanics behind this. I don't understand the cryptos and why they're down so big one day and they're up so big, up the next day so dramatically. We do have swings with the metals, the gold and silver as well, but usually that can be tracked to some metric in the economy, either the 10 years up or down, or you have, Fed talk about further rate cutting. Usually it ties back to something. I don't understand the metrics on the cryptos. If you guys trade that stuff, you can leave your comment below. Let me know, let us know what is going on with that. Let me jump into two stories. One is out of the U.S. Sun. It talks about the Best Buy closing down at least 25 more locations. In an earnings call, CEO Corey Berry said that shoppers could expect 10 to 15 shuttered locations in 2024 and a similar amount the following year. That means a potential 25 stores or more could close by the end of 2025. Berry added that the retailer was trying to strike a balance between its workforce and consumer interest. CFO Matthew Balunas added on the call that Best Buy would continue to close existing traditional stores during our rigorous review of stores as their leases come up for renewal. How many times are we seeing these shuttering of locations tied to lease renewals, right? You have a lot of these stores that simply are not willing to renew their commercial leases. Several contributing factors to the closures, including changes in consumer spending habits, inflation rates, and supply chain issues from the height of the pandemic, were cited by Berry as well. We're still citing back to the pandemic as a reason for stores closing in 2024, going into 2025. I find that incredible. Of course, spending habits of consumers, that means that consumers are broke. They can't spend, they don't have any money. And inflation, of course, everything costs more. Locations in California, Colorado, Ohio, Minnesota, Missouri, and Virginia have already closed per Fox affiliate WFXT. Says local shoppers can still head to the nearest Best Buy stores. It talks in Germantown and Rockville. Other locations closing nationwide have yet to be identified. The tech retailer currently has 1,053 remaining locations per its website. Sales for Best Buy has also been an issue over the past few fiscal quarters. At the end of the second quarter of this year, the brand's revenue dropped about 3% from $9.6 billion to $9.3 billion from the same time in 2023. Last year, it also saw an overall revenue decline of 6%, according to Retail Dive. Berry said Best Buy is adjusting to different consumer habits, which include those seeking value in sales events and one who is also willing to spend on high price point products when they need to or when there is new compelling technology, per a recent earnings call. She also expressed confidence about Best Buy's position moving forward. Of course, they're going to express confidence moving forward as they're closing locations. I checked the price of the stock as of January of this year. The stock was at $75.43. It's now trading at $96.70. So it's up 22%, I believe that is, on the year, as they are closing locations because revenues are down. We don't believe anything in our data signals that consumer behavior has changed in a way that would make us increasingly cautious, Berry added. Of course, in recent earnings calls, Best Buy CEO and Director Corey Sue Berry noted various factors for these store closings, which I cited to you a few minutes ago. So again, they don't see anything in the consumer. What was that statement that she said? She said, we don't believe anything in our data signals that consumer behavior has changed in a way that would make us cautious. But then in her earnings call, she noted various factors that contributed to the decision to close stores, and the first factor is change in consumer spending habits. So once again, guys, you've got to read this stuff a few times. There's always some spin in there. The goal of the companies is to keep their shareholders happy, keep their share price high, and obviously, you know, the consumers are going through a little different situation there because they can't afford the products. The next article is out of ABC 15 Arizona. A couple days ago I saw this. I wanted to share it with you. 7-Eleven is closing more than 400 locations. Several hundred underperforming 7-Eleven locations across North America are closing, the convenience store announced. 7-One Holdings, the chain's Japan-based parent company, revealed in an earnings report Thursday that 444 locations of 7-Eleven are shutting down because of a variety of issues, including slowing sales, declining traffic, inflationary pressures, and a decrease in cigarette purchases. The list of closing stores has not been released. So the chain has more than 13,000 stores across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So the closures amount, they say, to about 3% of its portfolio. So the combination of those factors led to a 7.3% decline in traffic in August, capping off 6 straight months of declines. 7.3% decline in traffic is pretty substantial. The chain also pointed out that cigarette purchases, which once were the largest sales category for convenience stores, has fallen 26% since 2019. A market shift in sales to other nicotine products like Zyn, it says, has not made up the difference. Interesting, 26% drop off in cigarette sales. I wonder if that has more to do with people becoming health conscious or more to do with the fact that the price of tobacco and cigarettes has also skyrocketed. 7-Eleven told CNN in a statement that it continuously reviews and optimizes its portfolio, and the closed stores are part of its growth strategy. The 444 closures, it says, is a gentle pruning of the chain to keep it efficient and profitable, according to Neil Saunders, a retail industry analyst and managing director with Global Data Retail. It says the locations that are being closed have likely suffered from a disproportionate decline in foot traffic and customers as consumers battle with rising food prices and cut back on the amount, and they're cutting back on the amount they buy. It says, meanwhile, 7-Eleven said it will continue to invest in food in the United States since it's now the highest sales category and a top draw for customers. So anyway, guys, if you have leave your comment below. Do you guys have any 7-Eleven locations in your area that are closing down? I very rarely go in 7-Eleven. I mean, if I'm going to get a pack of gum or something, but again, usually not. So leave your comments below. I'll leave it there today. So no matter what you're being told, the reasons behind the store closures, if you read the articles, they're saying on the surface everything is great. We're pruning. We're making this to be more efficient. But in reality, the underlying reason cited is the consumer demand is simply not there. So again, 7-Eleven is, I mean, it's a entry-level product place, right? You go in there and get cheap, hot dogs and burritos, things like that. I see a lot of construction guys going in there to get lunch and such, or buy some soda or whatever. And if 7-Elevens are having problems in this country, even though it's only 3% of their portfolio, it's still hundreds of stores. So what does that tell you about the health or lack thereof of the consumer? Leave it there today, about 10 minutes. Again, thank you for watching, sharing, and subscribing. Talk to you all soon. Bye.